Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks. Of course, my two co-hosts, Mr. Jay Paris, Mr. Jesse Hendricks. Jay Paris, what's happening, bro?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. 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 Morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's your boy Jay Paris. We're coming to you live on this beautiful Monday morning from Johannesburg, South Africa. It's the Morning Shake powered by the Inside Show, and it's one of the best podcasts in the world. New week, new blessings, new grace, new mercy, new love, just new everything, bro. New everything, new everything. What's good?
Jesse, what's happening on your side, bro? Are you with that same energy?
What's good?
Aye.
Morning, guys. Your life is nonsense.
This is stuff out there in the streets.
Festive is coming up,
I
and
need to buy
And I don't have
Christmas
money here.
gifts.
I can't even buy presents for my children.
Good morning to the world out there. Hope you're doing well on this lovely, lovely Monday morning. Yeah, looking forward to this one, exciting one. Have some young, successful gentlemen that will be joining us here today.
no, we here already, bro.
Yeah,
We here.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, why
Oh,
did you
that's-
take your comment off? Leave it there, bro. We were busy. I was about reading it. Put your
I was
comment
about
back,
reading
ladies and
it.
gentlemen. For those of you who just jumped in watching live, there was a comment now
My
there,
bad,
bro, and then it went away.
I haven't even been. Probably spelling error or something.
Nah, but okay, if there was a spelling error, just knitting it out there, bro, and then bring it back, bro. We want to check your comments. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the live videos, thank you so much for pulling through. Thank you so much for coming through. And then also please drop your comment in the comment section, because definitely, guys, we wanna see
engage.
much now what you're saying there. How? Go for it, bro.
It's been a good weekend.
Go back to...
Guys, listen, we got an interesting show coming up today.
Why
We
is it been
got
a good weekend?
moment of silence. Can I please have a moment of peace?
Weekends are good, bro, because weekends set you up for the week ahead.
Morning,
Let's
gents.
set you up for the
Oh,
week.
okay, it's Torian, bro. He says morning, gents. Thank you so much, broski. Because I saw it was you, but then I couldn't. While I was busy reading the thing, then it went away. But I definitely see. So, guys, we got Sinner Dawn coming through in a second. That's the one issue that I ever told me, bro. But anyway, he's coming through in the next couple of. Hopefully in a minute or so. I'm hoping the next time I look up, I'm gonna see him walk through the door.
So we'll be here for the last 20 minutes of the show.
And then, of course, Mr. Anthony Putini. You know, you guys see them on the socials all the time, always all over the show. You see these gents are moving and shaking and taking over the Joburg scene here as far as, trading and all this public figure stuff is concerned, bro. The gents are out here, bro. The gents are out here.
I think just in general, bro, and obviously the nice thing about this show that we're gonna obviously dive into is the fact that a lot of us, and I always say this, at the latter stages of the year, and a lot of us had those dreams, those goals, those visions that we, I might jot down in Jan, 1, 2, 3, I want to achieve this. and then you get to November and you're like, hey, I hardly did not even one or two of them, and that's the dope thing about this show this morning, bro. Once the gents pull up, because like you said, they've been on the grind, they've been doing what they're doing for a hot minute now, and I think it's gonna be a very interesting one, bro.
Bro, you know what's been dope, and I was having this conversation with somebody off air, right? And they were saying the interesting thing is they've been enjoying the lineup that we've been giving for the past month or two. With young professionals, right, that are doing well in their industries, different industries. A couple of weeks ago, we had someone in the internet space that was doing things, websites, AI stuff, and all that stuff, and he's been doing really well in that space. And then I think was it last week when we had Shaquille, right? Yeah. Also on his hustle, on his grind, doing his thing, looking the part, and obviously pushing his dreams, his goals, his visions, his business, everything that he's been pushing, that mindset, that mentality. And a lot of people have been pulling through, coming and saying that the one thing that we've been enjoying is the fact that we can see that, especially in a society we're living in, and especially the country that we live in at the moment, where there's a lot of marginalization going on, especially towards a certain demographic of people. When you begin to see this demographic come up, be professionals, do the thing well, do the thing without, there's no scamming involved, there's no funny things involved, everything is above board, there's no corruption involved. Literally everything is above board, and these gents are out here doing the most. It's very refreshing to see that, and it's very encouraging also to see that this is what's going on in this space. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, I'm looking forward to today's conversation again, because it adds to that whole mindset of, here we are, bro. Mid 20s, early 30s, and achieving dreams, bro. And it shows that it's possible. It shows that it's
Yeah, definitely is possible, but it takes a lot of obviously stoicism, resilience, bro, because it does get tough on the way, especially if you have a dream bigger than what you can imagine, think, fathom. Along the line, it
Scares
definitely, definitely scares you, and that's why I'm looking forward to it. Just in general, bro, what would you all say? What would you all say that thing is? You gotta have that thing to keep it up, though, because again, like we said, in the world we're living in, and we don't want to get into the whole, the countries. So just basically what we're facing. But what would you say you gotta keep in order to achieve that?
I have an answer in my mind, bro. But what are you saying, Jesse?
Nah, for me, it's just you basically have to keep the faith. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
You need to just keep the faith. You need to keep pushing, keep grinding, keep working hard, because
These chairs are making a noise, man, for real, yo.
It's your one, bro.
Yeah, it's mine, bro. And I'm a light guy.
Hey, bro.
Maybe you must try and exchange it for one of those.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, now.
What are you saying, bro?
Nah, I'm just saying, basically that, just the faith. Keep pushing, keep working hard, because you get tired. Let's be real, you do get tired. But at the end of the day, you have to wake up with that fresh mindset again. It's fine to take a day off, 2 days, and just recoup and
3, 4, 5.
Nah,
Maybe
that's a bit
week,
too much now.
maybe 2 months.
But it's good to just take that time
Fall
off.
into depression.
Yo,
Difficult to
yo.
get out.
Ask now, where you on your goal? Nah, you know what? Depression.
It's
Hey, bro,
life.
life.
I wanted to do this, and
But they didn't give me the opportunity.
I start blaming other people. For me, bro, the big thing is consistency.
Yeah.
I've come to understand and come to figure it out, because what begins to happen here is that we have this thing where we hear about something, or we understand something, and we get excited about something, like let's say the whole trading thing, or even the YouTube thing, where we see these YouTubers go out and make money, make mad money, buying Ferraris, buying houses, this, that, and the other. And then in our minds, we're like, yo, I also want to do this. We jump in on the action. Next thing you know, a month down the line, 100 views. Now we're like, this is not working. This, that, and the other. Let's say with a trading example. You make a loan, you sell something, you get a 10K, you put it into the market, you lose the 10K. This is a scam. This, that. And so there's 2 big elements here. Number one is the whole point of we want quick results. And I was having this conversation with somebody not so long ago, saying that this generation, I think we were together with their conversation, this generation is so used to quick results. They're used to the internet. Yeah, the internet, when you log on, the internet is there. When you switch something on, it's there. It's like things happen quickly for you. And I was explaining to this person, a young person, that when we were coming up, internet was and it had that dial-up tone and what. Yeah, but you wait long for the thing to start. And eventually when it dials up, and eventually when it pulls through, then you are like, okay, fine. Now you can start seeing your pictures. But now everything is so quick. When you wanted something, there was a time here in South Africa where something came out in America first, like a movie or something. Then we must wait like a month or 2. Then it comes out here. If like a new sneaker or something, we see it, that they're advertising it, we see it on movies and things, but then it only comes here later on,
Yeah, never mind that. We were also delayed with our own stuff, like backstage and so forth on.
Exactly. And then, like you record something 3 months, and then it only shows the next 3 months, stuff like that. But because of the advent of speed and things that are happening so quick, the mindset has become like, everything must happen now, everything must happen now. And so a lot of people have that mindset of instant gratification, instant success. And I always say, overnight success took years to achieve. So this person has been working on this thing for a long time. They've had that consistency. They've been putting in the time, the effort, all the years. And eventually when it breaks, now you're looking at this person. Yo, bruh, Jesse's a millionaire. Yo, he's a trader. Yo, did you see? Yes, this and this. Not knowing Jesse was hustling for 5 years. Not knowing Jesse went through depression. Not knowing Jesse had to suckle and just. I'm not saying that, for example. I'm using it as an example. But not knowing.
It's cool. It's the story.
Not knowing he had to borrow money, owe people, stuff like that. Now, the homie's making that funds. He's paid everyone back. He's now living in whichever house. He's driving whichever car. Now you look at him and you're like, oh, I just man, this must. Or right out, so I want to trade. But
yeah, but I think there's obviously pros and cons though, bro, to the fast paced life that we are living in today though, bro. I think we're living in a time now, bro, where there's no excuse. There's literally no excuse.
Everything's
now.
at your fingertips.
Everything is at yes, you still gotta put in the hustle, you still gotta put in the grind, no doubt. But if you look at it back then, even with and you know, DJ Khaled always says this, that back then we had to hand out flyers and walk door to door, corner to corner, hand out flyers. Now we got the freaking internet at our fingertips, bro.
Yeah.
So for me, it's literally that thing, bro. There's like literally no excuse
You
now.
got your YouTube, SoundCloud. If you're making music, you literally just. Gents are blowing up. Even TikTok now.
Yeah, I think.
There's also that whole argument also that's happening now, where they're saying that all the Grammy nominees, it's just like people that's making TikTok music, and then the OGs that's been around, it's like, okay, we're now in the back.
The only thing I would say though, bro, with the old TikTok vibes, and that's true, bro. Like overnight, you can blow up and do what you gotta do. It's just you don't become timeless. I think that's the only thing. There's a lot of these cats out here that boom to the top because there isn't the groundwork, the foundation. You hit to the top and then it's like boom, crash back down. But props to the hustle though. Props to the hustle.
Yeah, bro. So and so on that TikTok tip, right? Do you think and it's true what Jay's saying. Do you think it creates stickability over a period of time, bro? Because it's like a matter of that instant spike. And this is the argument I always used to have was remember that time when idols was a thing, right? And I had two people that I knew personally that obviously went on to idols, and this is conversations we had a lot when we were together. And then I used to say to them, gents, the thing with this is like it spikes you into stardom, like an overnight spike into stardom, and they give you background singers, they give you dancers, because remember it's a whole production, it's a show that's getting paid for by the producers or by the people who are doing the show. And so it shoots you into a level of stardom quickly, overnight success technically, and then it kind of leaves you there hanging. So you've never really developed the tools that you're going to need to maintain that level of stardom when you eventually get there, because you didn't really put that together. You didn't go and hustle shows during the day. You didn't go and struggle, go and get booed off stage. You didn't have to go and go suckle there, go and speak to
him. Looking at me.
Nah.
Did I get booed off stage, bro?
Nah, it's that line from
trying to get booed out from Congratulate You.
Yeah. So you didn't get booed off stage. You didn't have to sit in meetings where they told you no. You didn't have to fight your way through. You didn't have to sit and argue with producers and sit there and figure out your sound and this and that until you got to a place where, okay, here's my audience. This is who listens to me. This is my sound. This is my energy. This is my vibe. That's what I bring to the table. You literally skipped all that, the whole process, and went straight to the top, and now you don't know how to maintain that success. And it's like what Andrew Tate says with the crypto millionaires, where they made like quick money in a short period of time, and when they went broke, they don't know how to recover that funds. Everyone's just quiet.
Nah, I thought you were still gonna continue talking.
Nah, but that's what I'm.
Nah, but it's true. But it's like you said, I guess that's the negative to that overnight success, that just because everything literally nowadays is so short, like everything's quick. People are you're literally just making one TikTok video and you blown up already. And like you said, that groundwork, everything's not there. So you don't know when things start dipping now again, when your views aren't how it was with that first 2-3 videos. How do I get my views
maintain.
back up? How do I get things going again? So you don't have that groundwork. It's always like people when they say, okay, the best person that knows a company is the janitor because he's worked from the bottom up. He knows every single thing that's happening in the building. He knows A to Z. So he knows everything. It's literally the same with us people now that you literally just starting. You start by Z already. You don't even know
Exactly, bro.
what's next. You don't know your.
So,
I don't know how to explain, but yeah.
Nah, definitely, and I think that's what puts a lot of people in depression, bro, because of that pressure of what the world is bringing to you now, boom, overnight. And these are just
Yeah.
highlight reels that we're seeing from a lot of these people. We don't know that. Okay, some of them they just spiked up. Some of them they did work to the top, but the truth is, like you mentioned, bro, when you are on those levels and you do gain the knowledge, because that's what you gain the knowledge, you gain the wisdom,
Yeah.
so that when you are there, bro,
It helps you.
there's a lot of foundation that you went through that, bro, you can't fail from there. You'll always know.
But to me, bro, that's the
That's why a lot of millionaires say, yo, I can become a millionaire, and if I go broke tomorrow, best
can
believe
still-
in the next couple of I'm gonna get it again.
and
Like
that's
Trump.
That's the yeah.
Because Trump, remember, he was also a millionaire at the time. Gambled everything, lost everything, and then just had to rebuild. But because he had the blueprint, man's literally started from scratch again and then worked himself back up.
Yeah, so but here's the thing. So for me, bro, I prefer. So what would you then say? Because for me personally, right, started a YouTube channel back in the day, started daily vlogging, started pushing, and that's the conversation I was having with Anka this morning actually while we were getting ready, and I was saying to her, Ish, that is a deterrent when you don't get that constant engagement, right? So you start something, you get little views, you get little engagement, so you see it and you're like, Ish.
I put all into this, but now I have 3 views, 4 views.
And
But
that's-
that's so, sorry to break your word. When it comes to YouTube, I think the other thing where you can also get a bit demotivated is you see this American YouTubers and you see they're driving Lambos, they're making this type of money. Yes, they worked hard on it. And yes, there is an element to where the South African YouTubers aren't getting as paid as much as what
Yeah,
the
I was just about
American
to say, we're not
YouTubers
in
are.
that space as
Yeah.
yet, eh?
But still, I feel like that can even be something that keeps you from propelling forward, because now you're going to use that as an excuse. Yeah, I'm putting my all into those videos, I'm working hard, but they're not paying me the same as these big YouTubers in the US. And yes, it's true, but who's to say that a US YouTuber can't pick you up and collab with this YouTuber now, and from there, big things happen.
What's happening in this space though, bro, with the YouTube? Are we breaking those
I think we are.
barriers?
Bro,
It's
nowadays
slow
when I
though.
go through when I go through my YouTube nowadays, my page nowadays is mostly South African YouTubers. There's a lot that's coming up.
Which
lot.
is that's
and they're
that's
getting
something good.
big
though.
views.
That's something good to me though, bro, if that is indeed the case. Because then that at least gives us that hope and that thing. Because that is how it was, bro. You look at these American YouTubers, these gents start a channel. In a year, 2 years, these gents are like successful, bro.
Yeah.
Buying this house, buying this car, this and that. You posting your vinkies out there for
Your
3
edit
years,
is
4
better
years.
than theirs.
Your edits are
Your
clean, your audio is
content.
clean, your content, the messaging behind your content, like, bro, proper stuff. And then you're wondering, nah, bro, but what the damn is going on here? I'm struggling hard. And it does do that to your psychological, like your psyche, bro. Because you do sit there and think, working hard here for nothing. Even and the algorithm works against you a lot of the times. Even like on Instagram, it came out blatantly that there's certain things the algorithm pushes and there's certain things the algorithm retracts.
Yeah.
And it came out blatantly, bro, to say that you can have better quality pictures, bro. You buy yourself a 40,000 rand camera, DSLR, whatever. You take these dope angles, you take these dope shots, everything, you upload it, you circle to get 100 likes. Then someone comes here, posts nonsense, a dancing video or something. 100 million views. Like, hi guys, what's going on?
And that's also TikTok nowadays, bro.
But I
Yeah.
don't understand. TikTok, I don't
has
understand.
those-
I
Those
feel like
spikes,
on
bro.
TikTok, the dumber the video, the more views you get.
But I don't understand TikTok's algorithm. TikTok's algorithm, that video we made, here on this exact show, when I was talking about that car show that we went to, and how we, and then how it was, there was pee in the
you
toilet
had
and how
Reese
full
on
it
that
was,
show
and
and
yeah, I had
that,
Reese on that show. And, bruh, that video, like within the same day, bro, that video was on like 80,000 views. The next day it was on 100,000 views. The day after it was like on its way to 200k views, nah? And it stopped there by 100 and something. I can't remember where, but it stopped on its way to 200. Then I chopped up the video that we did with Kaylee, right? Which was an old video that we did back in the day, bro. I chopped it up, posted it. 380,000 views, bro. Then after that, the next video I post, then I chopped up the video that we did with Stacey Lee. Post that video, that video only got like 24,000 views. After that, post my own stuff, my own content, my own stuff, 4,000 views. Now, 100 views. How does that make sense?
And with TikTok, bro, it doesn't even matter like your following, bro. I mean, you can literally spike up to the top with
one
video.
Literally.
And one follower.
Because, bruh, I tell you, know what I was like my wife. Now, there was a time we done a TikTok together. Literally, bruh, little followers, not much, everything. That one video within like a day, yeah, like 80,000 followers or something in one day, bruh. That's how it just kept going. You just see notifications the whole time, follower after follower. But I think with the TikTok algorithm, what I've learned from the dropshippers, because they obviously have to study the algorithm and all this, you have to at least be posting minimum 2 to 3 times a day, every day. And that's only when the algorithm starts pushing that content.
But that is true, because that time when that happened, I was posting 3 videos every day.
Yeah.
When that just shot up like, and then when I stopped worrying about posting that. But then, my bro, at the end of the day, you must be a content creator. Why do you feel about this whole mindset of do what you like and then you never have to work a day in your life? How do you feel about that thought process?
That's not strong. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's the truth, bro. That's the truth. However, sometimes in the beginning stages, doing what you like, especially the stage of life that you might be at, bro, because again, a lot of people that we in circles with obviously find themselves in a place where certain things needs to be paid. And in the beginning, doing what you like doesn't necessarily bring those funds in to pay, the bills and all those things, bro. But I'm all for push your passion, push your purpose, do exactly what you feel you were called to do. But if you do need to have a side hustle that brings in the bag, go for it. I think definitely do that.
I think a lot of the times we get stuck in that way. Do what you like. Yes, I agree with it 100%. You need to do what you enjoy doing, because then you'll do it for a very long time, and hopefully you end up making money from it. But I feel like where we make the mistake is, in order to do what we love, sometimes we have to do what we hate. And a lot of people's not willing to do the difficult part in order to get to the success of doing what you like. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, definitely, bro.
So there is times when you see what the vision, you see what you want. But in order to get there, you need to, like we said, do the groundwork. And I feel like a lot of the time, that's where the people get it wrong. They're not willing to do the groundwork of the things that they don't like in order to get to what they do like eventually. Because a lot of the time, you can't just jump into what you enjoy doing. With a lot of stuff in the industry, you can't just jump into...
Unless you're really, really, really ready to go through the mud. Because we do also know a lot of people, and I'm 100% with you, bro. If you got payments and so forth on that you gotta do. But if you look at people like say for instance, and I'm always gonna relate it to music, bro, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
If you look at people like Casper, obviously from Mafikeng, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna push this dream. I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do, what I'm called to do. I'm gonna move up to Joburg, not knowing where the heck he's gonna stay and everything like that. But he had that dream, like, yo, I'm gonna be this person. And homie was sleeping at people's cribs on the couch, and then they kicked him out. At some stage, he was almost on the street, but he knew, like, yo, I'm gonna go for this thing.
But you see, that's the thing.
Sorry, but even with that, yes, he was doing what he liked, but there was a element to it where I'm sure he had to do what he didn't like. He liked writing music, he liked rapping, he liked doing that. But because you're starting off, there's another element where he had to obviously make that sacrifice, come to Johannesburg. But now you're here. I can't just rap and hope someone picks me up. You have to now obviously go out, Go out to producers, go out here, go out there, give out copies to people, things like that. It's not what you enjoy doing. You enjoy rapping, you enjoy making music, and enjoy making content. You don't need, you're now not a marketing director now, but you have to do it at the end of the day in order to get to doing what you enjoy. Now we can fully focus on rapping.
I think that's the part people don't want, because there are elements of something that you have to do something that you don't want to do.
100%.
To get to do what you want to do.
want.
And there's elements of the things that you want to do have nonsense sides to it.
100%.
Like, bro, whichever way you look at it, there's always gonna be a side where you have to focus on the financial side of things, because, bro, that's part of your business. You want to make money at the end of the day, so you need to know how bookkeeping works. You need to know how expenses and withdrawals and all this. You must know how those things work. As much as you don't like accounting, you don't like working with money, you don't want to know how it works, you'll rather employ someone to do that. Fine, good, and there will be a time where you can afford to employ someone to do that. But in the beginning, bro, I've also seen many companies fold. I know 2 businessmen personally that does happen to, where they employed someone to focus on finance, and they kind of trusted the person to focus on finance. Next thing they knew, their taxes weren't filed. People were busy taking money on the side. Like, things were just going south, bruh. To the point where they realized, the only way I'm going to be able to do this is if I need to understand what's going on in my own budget, because I can't just trust someone. Especially, bro, you sometimes even think family members or something. Those people, they do things under your nose, bro. Under your nose, people you thought you trusted. So as much as there's elements that you don't want to do, and as much as there's elements where you think like you didn't want to implement those things, but you're gonna kind of have to get to the point where it's like, hey, bro, now I must now get to understand.
And the truth is, bro, what a lot of us don't understand is that, taking it back to scripture, that all things work together for the good, bro. All things being, the Bible doesn't say all good works together for the good. All things is the bad, the good, the negative, all of that in a pot, and it works together for the good. And I'm sure we all sitting around this table, bro, knowing that, hey, everything that we thought in the beginning was like, why am I doing this? At the end of the day, it actually adds up to what you're actually doing. Because for me personally, bro, I never ever thought I would have gotten into the video space, production space, wanting to become a musician. Why am I doing those things? But when you look at it, on hindsight, it works out together. It definitely works out together. So sometimes, bro, you gotta do those things, bro. But at the end of the day.
So me personally, bro, there was in the beginning, when I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, my father bought me these t-shirt printing machines and stuff, right? So I started printing t-shirts, whatever. And then about a year into it, I realized, nah, man, but this is not what I want to do. Then I started getting into the factory space, event space, doing big events, this and that. Then I realized, oh snap, I need to be selling t-shirts for these events. Like let's say end of the month we're having this big event called Encounter or whatever. Let's sell Encounter merch. Now guess what? Now I got the machines. Now I know how to print it. Now instead of going out and having to spend X amount on t-shirts and printing and this and that, I now know where all the suppliers are. I have the machines for myself. I now know how to get it done. All that. So like you're saying, exactly that, because sometimes God takes you through a journey of things that you didn't want to do, things that you thought was mediocre, things that you thought was like, why am I doing this? I don't want to be doing this. But in the end of the day, you when you get to where you need to be at the end, then you realize, oh snap, these are actually things that now is benefiting where I am now. Now I know these people. Now I've met someone in that space. Now I got to know somebody in that space. Now I became friends with people who work at that factory that's selling the t-shirts. So which means now, instead of having to pay, like let's say 80 Rand a t-shirt, I can get it for 60 Rand a t-shirt because I'm a long-time customer and I get the customer's discount. I got this and that because I had to go through those channels. Now when we have events, I know where to buy those wristbands because, I had to struggle myself. Bro.
But the truth is also keeping a positive mindset through that season. A lot of us waste seasons because we unhappy. We think, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Hey, God, get me out of this. Not saying, Lord, what are you saying through this season? What am I learning through this season? And I think that's probably the most important part, because if you waking up unhappy,
You know what the problem is? What exactly what you're saying now? Here's the thing with that. People see the successful part of it, right? So example, bro, and I'll tell you this from personal experience, where I was doing factory, right? And it was very popular and it was very successful, and a lot of people were coming and you know, you kind of get that local celebrity status, right? Now we're doing an event. Now I gotta go to the side of the road and hand out flyers. Now there's an ego element involved, because now it's like, you explain, bro, I'm like the main person here. Now I must be handing out flyers by the robots. Like one of these gents handing out these, you know, these little cards and things at the robots, or these little pamphlets. And so now you have to almost, in your mind, it feels like you're degrading yourself, or it feels like you're stepping down, or you're reversing. You feel like I'm supposed to be employing people to do this. Why am I the one doing this? And then I had to fight with that. I'm just being vulnerable with you now, bro.
Facts,
and honest
bro.
with you, because I'm telling you, this is what a lot of people go through. Now you have to fight that ego and that pride in yourself and say that, bro, you're not as wonderful as you think you are. You're not as big as you think you are. Humble yourself. Put on whatever t-shirt you need to put on with the marketing on it. Go stand on the side of the road and hand out the flyers. And the thing is this, now you got your team with you. You got to be representing for your team. You got to be putting that smile on your face. You got to be handing out the flyers, which we did, bro. There at Southgate, there by Columbine Square. We're handing out flyers on the side of the road. And the thing is, but here's the thing. A lot of people, they want the success and they want the thousands of followers and viewers and this. But when you have to go and hand out flyers at the robot, it's like, hi, bro, I'm too big for that. You know, it's above me.
And the truth is, bro, what we don't realize is that, again, all things work out together for the good. God purposely takes you through those seasons. God purposely. So again, it's those things of wake up and ask God, what are you doing through this season? I mean, on the old factory tip, bro, I remember there was a time that we were hitting like 1,000 youth every single Friday, bro, to a point where in Hall 2, bro, which is right here, God took us to like 10, 15 people. And he was obviously showing us or taking us through that season to see, where are your guys' hearts? Where are your guys' hearts?
That is the question.
But that's what I'm saying. In all those things, bro, you still have to keep that positive energy, that positive mindset, because the truth is, and that's why, bro, like, I'm at a point now where there can be 2 people in the building. I was sharing this with the hype team not so long ago. I'm at a point where there can literally be 2 people in a building, bro, and I'm going to make sure they have an encounter with God. No matter if it's 2 people or even 1 person, because I know God took us through that season of 10 people in a building. And you know how those Fridays were, bro. You know how those Fridays were, where it was like, hey, bro, what must we do now? There isn't 1,000 people here, but those 10 people are purposely here. God brought those 10 people here for a reason. And we have to give them that experience like we would give 1,000 people. So it's those moments, bro, that again, we think is menial, but that definitely builds character, builds strength. That when in life, because life fluctuates, bro. Life is ups and downs, different seasons. When you hit the top, and something happens and you go down again, you won't buckle, because I've been here. God took me through this.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Life throws you with curveballs. Like sometimes, you know, your guests come halfway through the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Welcome, Mr. Anthony Puttini, Mr. Sinaton. What's happening, gents? You there, bro? You there?
But look at that.
What's happening, gents? What happened?
Traffic, you know.
Eish,
It's a
bro.
little bit hectic.
Just bring the mic closer, please, broski.
Quality.
And then there. So what's happening, gents?
Good and you, bro.
Lekker,
Alright,
lekker,
alright.
lekker.
How's things going?
Nah, so far so good, man. So far so good. It's just that, hey, chance, we're waiting for you, man. They were like,
Yeah.
hey, now we have to freestyle here until you
no,
pull
bro.
through. Nah, no worries. Okay, gents. So the thing is, this, we were just, Jay and I were just really going through this whole element of success and what it takes to become successful, and how oftentimes people want that overnight success, and how people want that what they see, the finished product, and how it's like at the finished product, it's like you see the cars, you see the houses, you see the following, you see, you know, the status and all that kind of stuff. But you don't see the hustle, you don't see the grind, you don't see the background stories, you don't see the times where things were going a bit south, I had to sleep on a couch, things were going south, I couldn't afford the rent this month, all those elements. Now I want to throw this question maybe to Don, bro, and then just greet the viewers, bro, before you answer the question. But take us through some times, bro, and some moments where what people see now, they wouldn't believe, bro, that there were times where, the struggle was real, bro, and the hustle was real.
Okay, so spot on that one, eh? I feel like everyone always wants to hear the origin story of how it all started, People have different, backgrounds. They're starting off with a certain type of leverage. But I wouldn't say that I started all the way at the bottom. I did have a situation where, there were people assisting me already, as close as my family. There was that little bit of cash injection. There was a little bit of knowledge already coming in with finance. I had a lot of assistance from, my brother-in-law, my father. Basically, majority of the men within my family, they're all dealing with finance. So it wasn't like I just started from ground zero. So that was my situation. So just coming into it, I was already filtered into that mindset of, okay, let's start thinking financially. Let's start thinking with, okay, what are we going to start touching on a little bit in the future? And a lot of it was money-wise, I had a passion, obviously, to jump into football. I wanted to go pro, and they never held me back on that one. They weren't like, okay, you need to go into finance, you need to be into real estate, you need to be investing your capital into stocks, commodities, all of this. And that's exactly what they were doing. They were pushing tax consulting and accounting, and majority of everything they did was just finance, okay? That was the background that I basically came into. But as I started coming out of the football scene, that's when I started touching a little bit closer to home base with my father. Started jumping into the real estate. And then it just started off from there, A little bit of cash injection. At the end of the day, it's like everything is, it's not a handout. My father would, in the beginning stage, would be like, yeah, remember that loan I gave you? I'm still waiting for dividends on that loan. It wasn't ever a point of, he's giving me a handout or he's going to be, assisting me in that regard. It's about finance. And he was already teaching me principles of finance.
Did you ever reimburse him on that loan?
No, 100%, bro. Tenfold, yeah.
I want to hear Anthony, bro.
Tenfold.
Give us, bro. I'm looking for, and Don's story is obviously on a story, but I have another follow-up question on Don's story. But before I get to that follow-up question, bro, there had to have been some moments where it's like couch surfing vibes, not sure how to cover the budget. There had to be those moments, bro.
I actually had those moments back then because when I finished my first year of college, I remember I went to go work for this pizza place, Sperati's, and I was actually renting out a 2-bedroom apartment.
Wait, is this in Cape Town?
This is in Cape Town, in Cape Town. So with the payment I was getting, it was like, it's do or die. I have to pay the rent, or I have to take some, some...
Like, give us examples, bro. Like, let's say you're getting 10K and the rent is like 7K.
7K.
Like that.
But then I also had another side hustle when I was working there. So on weekends, I would go work with Telkom. I go door to door, sell out the fiber and the Wi-Fi and that. So that money, I would take that and put onto the financial market.
Bro, just speak
just make sure
the
you
mic.
at all times, please, broski. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So what I did is, like, on weekends, I'll go do a side hustle, work for Telkom. Then I would take that piece of money and then I would put on the financial markets, like maybe like 300 or 400, just to trade NFP and that. But hey, bro, back in those times.
Yeah, but how important is that? Because we were actually speaking about that, the whole side hustle, the whole. And what I always say, bro, what's important when you coming up in the game is not necessarily what you do with your 9 to 5, but what you do with your 5 to 9. Right. And people don't understand that part. But how important is that, bro? That you out here trying to achieve a dream, trying to achieve something, but you're doing those menial things that some would call.
Like
the
bro,
Telkom,
like somebody that wants to look flashy and drive a Porsche is not gonna want to go hand out Telkom stickers at the door, bro. That's like embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, bro. It is. Well, back then, it was a hustle, that was the way for me to, put some money into the markets with that time.
Look, it's not, sorry, I didn't want to mean it like it's
Yeah,
embarrassing, but I mean like for somebody that wants like that status to now put his mindset in like, ish, now I gotta go hand out flyers. It's like, hey, bro, how do I go from there to there?
Yeah, we're not
that's
judging
more,
anyone
that's
that's
more
handing
my
out-
thought process. It wasn't that to say that those who are doing that, it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
if it's your dream job and so forth on, and you
I
doing
don't
your
think it's
thing.
gonna be anyone's dream
I'm just
job.
saying, for what it's worth, if you're in that space and you're hustling and you're doing what you got to do, putting bread on the table,
Putting bread on the table.
big respect. Big
Yeah,
respect.
yeah. You know, putting bread on the table that time, and I mean, it's all about your goals as well. Because that time I knew, you know, I'm not going to be in this situation for that long. So I knew what I'm going to do with my money, take my cash flow and inject it into the markets, and that's what I've been doing.
So Don, I wanted to ask you a follow-up question on what you were saying, bro. What still gives you, because a lot of people feel like the thing that gives you the hustle is the struggle. Like the fact that because you knew, like, you know, that old mindset of, I'm not going to be broke again, bro. I'm going to make sure I pass this thing so I know that I'm not going to go back there again. So a lot of people are motivated and fueled by the struggle to say that because I was there, I'm not going back there. But because your story kind of doesn't necessarily have that hardcore, like, you know, I used to sleep on the side of the road, you know, that whole vibe. It has like, okay, Pops did help me out. You know, you had people in your circle that could guide you. You had that proper mentorship and all of that which is in fact how it should be, bro. You should be able to take it from a dope level.
But the
You don't
truth
be
is,
starting from zero.
truth is, bro, that also has its
Challenges.
challenges and problems that it can get to, bro.
So that's the question, I guess. That's the question, I guess, that I'm asking, bro. What still keeps that motivation and drive and stops you from getting to that rich brat, lazy backside kind of attitude of like, I'm alright, I'm okay, I don't need to wake up and hustle.
No, spot on. It's just from the pure fact of I've never made it. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to that point where I've made it in life, I've reached the pinnacle, that's when you're really starting to fall off. You can never get to a point where you're not hungry anymore, you're not learning, you're not a student of life. You can never get to that point. And that's why they always say that the kingdoms fall. The best kingdoms always fall. The best men always end up falling off at some certain point in time because they got to a point and a pinnacle where they're like, okay, I've done it in life, I've made it in life. But if you keep yourself humble and you're just keeping yourself at a point where I haven't made it as yet, there's the pinnacle I'm trying to reach, what happens? You're constantly grinding. You're still constantly burning that midnight oil. You're constantly putting in that after hours. After everything you've done, after all your things have been sorted out, your responsibilities, you'll still go home and you'll still push another 10 hours, another 12 hours, and you're still going to the next day because you know there's still something else that you're working towards. And that's spot on, bro. A lot of the families, the big families, they've also fell off. Why? Because they've gotten to a point where they've accumulated all these riches. Their children haven't accumulated it themselves. And what happens? The family ends up going broke.
Or the kids come up with that like kind of spoiled brat attitude
100%,
where
bro.
they start treating people differently and they start looking
Yes.
down on people and all this. Bro, in your space, right? And I guess this is the question for the both of you. Kind of just to, throw up the comments up in the air for the both of you. And what I want us to do in this part, right, is really to have a open conversation and discussion. So it won't be like a question and answer kind of situation.
Let's
It will
do
be
it.
like a let's just talk about this, right? In your space, Chance, let's be honest. Your space requires you to be flashy, right? Because it's part of marketing, right? It contributes to the marketing. Your space requires you to look a certain way, to smell a certain way, to dress a certain way, to show off in a certain way, right? How... I don't know how to state this question, right? But now here's the thing. So now I know you gents personally. And I know that when we alone and when we just gents, what your online persona is different to what your, when you're taking off the glasses and just putting on a normal t-shirt with the shorts and we're just sitting and talking now, just normal men things or just friendship things. It's not that persona. What's the question here, bro?
Don was the most sweetest guy back in high school, bro.
No, spot on. I still am. What do you mean? I still am.
I'm not done, bro.
Oh, don't bring me up like that.
Bro, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm not done. Ow,
Let's
bro. I'm
And
not
now
done.
look how he is.
Yeah. No. What I'm trying to say, back then and now, bro. So you're 100% right in what you're saying, bro. So it is that thing of like, yo, on online, you gotta obviously show this thing. You gotta show this
Bro,
thing.
I heard
off.
people saying that Don was like such a sweet, soft guy at school and things. Then I'm like, Don, the Don that I know, yo. I'm just joking.
Yeah,
bro.
he had his butt off. He had his butt off, but yeah.
No, but
Story for
but
another
just
day.
take maybe, bro. Just explain that dynamic, bro, because
Yes.
there's obviously a dynamic that's at play there.
Okay, so, you know, I've also heard this a lot. They'll also say that you come on with a split personality in terms of camera. At the end of the day, I feel like everyone has to do, especially within the entertainment industry, you know. It's very hard to be hitting, as a musician, 10, 20 concerts after each other, coming onto stage. And then you want to relax. There's a different type of person that comes out. I know they were also saying like Beyonce, whenever she goes on stage, she goes into a different realm. The exact same
Yeah.
thing with us, you know what I'm
Elvis
saying?
Presley
We
as
want
well.
to grasp the audience. We want to mainly, if anything, get our message across. And sometimes you have to be out of the box. You have to be out there, you know, explosive, if anything. But when you're chilled, laid back, it's also just about reading the room, being in the vibe, being in the moment. We don't always need to be out of the box, because how crazy is it? You're chilling with someone and they're always just out of the box and you're just trying to have a simple conversation. You won't be able to do that, right?
Facts.
That's the exact same thing. When we're coming on, say, with YouTube or the TikTok, we want to get our message across. And sometimes we'll have to throw a few bands on the table to
Yeah,
be like,
just-
this is exactly how it's done, to grasp your attention, you know?
Bro,
Just
do you ever get to that point where you feel empty, bro? Even though you've accumulated so much, you just have those lonely nights where it's like, yo, this is a bit too much.
There's a time when he phones me, bro.
Buster
Come and
sakes.
console me real
Pray for me,
quick.
bro. Nah, I'm kidding. But I'm not. But I kinda am, bro.
You're getting to that point, right? But we always try to keep ourselves out of that type of mindset, because it's all about positivity, you know, keeping into a certain type of frequency in terms of mindset. We don't want to be feeling sorry for ourselves or feeling some type of way. So whenever I'm with this homie, or when you're with certain people that just uplift you, you want to constantly be in that type of mindset. It's nothing about you want to be falling back and feeling lonely and sorry for yourselves, bro. And I'm sure you guys can attest to that yourselves. When something is feeling some type of way, you hit up your close homie or your best friend, and you know, it brings you out of that type of mindset. So if anything, we're not really trying to be in that, you know.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
but then-
drop it to Anthony, bro.
But then how do you keep yourself above the waters at all times, especially with the story that you were speaking about now, bro? The fact that you had to do those menial stuff, bro. But again, I got the vision, I got the plan, I got the dream. This is what I want to achieve. I have to keep my head above the water regardless.
Well, basically, how I used to do about is there were times, you know, when I used to be alone, and where I isolate to myself and I meditate, and I'll always vision myself being here at this present moment, you know, and I'll always put the work in, bruh. It's all about putting the work in, and yeah, bruh, that's about it, bruh.
Just that work that
Just the work ethic, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Just the work ethic, and also you always have to visualize yourself being at that.
Okay, I want to ask this for the viewer that probably don't know who you are. What do you do? Because I'm sure a lot of
Yeah,
people
'cause we
are
just
on.
jump-
It's like, yo, man, I've been through the trenches, the hustle.
We just
It's like,
jump straight into it.
What do they do? And yeah, what do they have?
So what I do is I intraday trade. Yeah.
What does that mean?
People are probably thinking like,
Yeah,
what
bro,
is
what does
that?
So basically,
Gents, am I
trading,
the only one without shades? Must I put my shades on?
Read it up, bro. Read it up.
Yeah, put your shades on, bro.
Listen, your viewers, this is just because everyone else is wearing shades. It's peer pressure. I'm falling for peer pressure. Sorry, bro. Continue.
Yeah,
Intraday trading.
Yeah, so I do intraday trading with forex, and then also with indices. You know, basically, I look for markets, you know, during the day, then I place my swing trades. And yeah, for those people who don't know what intraday trading is, you get scalp trading, intraday trading, and swing trading. But I'm intraday trader.
So you just trade every day.
Basically, during the day, I always look at the bias, you know, of the market direction, where the market is going. If I do not see opportunity, what I do is I put my hands under my ass and
Relax.
relax. close the
You don't make
computer.
it itch.
Don't make it never chase the market. Always let the market come to your supply and demand zone, which is the POI. and ride the trend.
And you don't?
For trading, same thing, absolutely same thing. We're basically focusing mainly on financial markets. A lot of people will put it just strictly at the term of trading, right? But ultimately, we're following markets, we're following trends, we're following finances. A lot of people get it twisted where what we are actually doing is simply economics. We're just looking at the economics of certain economies. We're looking at what's the cash flow. And that's exactly where, the financial background comes into play. We're simply just following the finances and it's ending up playing on the charts. Yeah, but I'm sure you guys have also touched on trading, huh? How was the trading going on your side?
No, it's fine.
Bro,
Look,
my bad, bro. Side note, bro, are you married now?
No, bro, this is the only finger this ring fits on, you know what I'm saying?
That's the
That's the
promise
only-
ring.
it's the
Losing it.
only-
No,
It's
fam.
the only.
It's a promise ring, right? It's a promise ring.
Oh, it's
Instead of losing this bad boy, because if you don't put the rings on, bro, they start disappearing.
she's not pressurizing you the way, like, yo, put it on that finger. And that laugh, bro. And now you telling no, it's the only finger. Come on, bro. That's
It's
cap.
what the people want to know.
That's cap.
And Jay always asks you those
He
questions.
loves to come in with relationship stuff, eh? Puts a man on the spot.
Yeah,
Why
the
don't
first
you
show we
actually
had
come up
on
with
the
that
Inside show
relationship
was
stuff?
done, right? And Jay asked him the same question, right? Just a return of the question.
Did you have the same ring?
Nah, bro, I'm married.
No,
bro.
he's married.
I'm married for almost 10 years. This
10
next year
years.
will be 10 years. So
Don't
I
just
rock
has
it,
it
bro.
on there because it's the
No,
only.
instead of losing it, I'd rather put it on the finger. You know
That's
what
the
I'm
excuse,
saying?
guys. That's the excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Nah, but just on a serious note, so finances, right? And obviously we've been going through like a hectic time, especially in South Africa, bro, for this past couple of years now, bro, with
been.
everything going on. It's been rough. I had a long conversation with you. When Don and I speak, we end up speaking for like an hour, bro. And you were telling me that, bro, it's going to get rough before it gets better. And you kind of gave me the heads up that, bro, this is going to happen. Just be cautious about how you move, bro. Move nice and smooth because this is what's coming. How do you predict it in that way?
So this stuff in terms of cash flow, bro, it's all announced 6 months, 3 months ahead of time. Our issue that we're seeing just after COVID, doors were closed. Everything is a storyline. They always say that us as humans, we're the best storytellers. That's exactly what's playing out on the charts. The charts are simply just a storyline. So we had this drop in terms of COVID. They announced already a week before time that they were going to correct it. When we saw this recession, they announced it 3 months ahead of time. So during COVID time, it was 2022, right? No, sorry, 2022, we had the recession. Yeah. They announced already 2021, October, that we're going to be seeing a recession. They're going to be taking the money out of the economy. We're going to be receding. So all that we're following is what the reserve banks are doing in terms of cash flow. This thing is not hard. So when I let you know in terms of it's going to be a hard time until, say, in the US economy, it's going to be hard because that's exactly the markets that we're trading. It's going to be a hard time until next year, April. They've announced all of this already a year ahead of time. They're giving us the storyline a year ahead of time, and all we're simply doing, we're following it. Because they're already letting us know where we need to put our money and pump our money into. So this tough time that we're in currently right now, it's because interest rates is at its overall high compared to the previous recession, right? They've already announced that they're only going to start dropping interest rates around about next year. Okay, so you need to be securing your capital, putting together your reserves to ride out this type of wave, and then we can start filtering into...
How do you protect yourself in that space? How did you personally protect yourself?
Two ways. Either you're going to find a way, you're going to step out of your shell. As gents, you have that craving to say, okay, if things are going tough, I'm going to step out of my shell and I'm going to go make more money. Or you're going to have to play it very savvy and put together your reserves. And you're going to have to budget and filter it out every single month in order to satisfy your expenses. So it's only those two ways. Either you're going to step out and go make more money, or you're going to filter out your reserves. It's going to have to be those two type of ways.
Which way would you suggest, or either way?
Both.
Ways.
No,
or what if you do a combo of each, where you cautious about how you spending your money, and you try and make more money? Because then,
I would
then
say
it's a
that's the
win-win on
best
both
way.
sides. Yeah.
It is the best way.
Jump in whenever you need to, bro.
The best type of hustlers, as they say, are gonna come out during this period. You know, during COVID, when people started jumping on the bandwagon early, they started selling masks, started doing XYZ. Those are the exact same type of people that are gonna be coming out during this time. There's a certain point that you get to where it just ignites a fire, right? Either you'll develop that over time or those people have already developed it right now, but they're out here right now looking for other ways in order to generate a profit. So, yeah, bro, I would say best way is to be both. There needs to be, as a gen, there needs to be a fire ignited within you, and you need to step out of your shower and go get that capital. Yeah.
Broski, I see. Jump in there, Anthony. Did you want to say something there, bro?
No, I don't say
No, I wanted to ask you the next question. Actually, I see that you've been out here on the socials, obviously, on Netflix, tip, bro. How's things going now? Like after all the handing out of Telkom flyers and doing the panarotis or whatever it is, wherever you were working, the pizza places, and now that you kind of, at which point, bro, do you feel like you kind of started stepping into the space of like, okay, now I'm playing the game now?
Okay, speak on that. I wouldn't say, how can I say? I'm still climbing, you know? Because as Don said also, there's always another mountain to climb, you know? So for me is when I figured it out on the market, when I mastered myself, because you can never master the markets. So I mastered myself and I mastered time. And once I got that concept, then I knew, okay, cool, fine. I know how to go about it within the market.
Bro, those are two serious things that you make. Can you break them down, please, bro?
Like
Mastering
time.
yourself, mastering time.
Yes. So, you know, you can't master the market, as I said, right? But then when you master time, you know each and every day which time base to go look for a specific setup. Once I mastered that and myself, the key thing is I mastered that. And then, you know, psychology for me was like, nana, you know, like go into the market, first time, trade, and do what I want to do rest of the time. And then what I did is rest of the day, which I will shoot content and, you know, do my things, break down the markets and all that. So yeah, bruh, time is very important.
But how did you get to the point where you could master your psychology? Because I'm also into the trading space, and I know that it also took me probably like 3-4 years, bro, to get to the point where it's like, hey, yo, leave this market alone.
Yeah.
Unless you want to give back everything you've just made. Because that's happened to people all the time, bro. They make like nice amounts, end up giving the whole thing back because chasing
Ending
trades,
up on zero again.
and then zero again. Then you sit there and you want to shoot yourself because you're thinking, yes, bro, a minute ago I had 100K in my account. Now I got nothing.
Yes.
How do you master that psychology, bro?
Time, bro, time. And I always tell people that once you master time, you know, okay, cool, fine. New York session starts this time. Asian session starts this time. The Euro session starts this time. And you look for certain patterns. Once you master that and time, trust me, bro, you've mastered psychology. Time is very important. Because me, I know, okay, cool, fine. 9 a.m., I look for this setup because that's when the London session starts. 2 p.m., I look for the session. I mean, this kind of setup on the session. And that's it. The rest of the day, I do nothing.
Bro, just on a personal tip, bro. How much joy does it bring to you, bro? Especially knowing that you've accumulated what you've accumulated and you got to this point. I know you're from Cape Town, bro.
Cape Town, yeah.
How much joy does it bring to you knowing that when you go back, you know, you have that you can assist your mom with, assist your family with, and say, you know what, we good. We good. Times were tough, but things are a lot better now.
Yeah, bruh. Hey, bruh, that brings so much joy because, you know, there's times when I can just, you know, bless my mom's with some cash, you know, take her for grocery shopping and all that because there are times, you know, when you reminisce back when you were in the struggles, you know.
Take us through that, though, bro. Take us through that. How bad if it was like that, bro? How deep can you go to say, like, yo, man, things were actually this way, but now but now like, yo, we good.
Hey, bruh, things were tough, bruh. You know, things were tough. I mean, hey, there were like times when, you know, you go to Scala with no lunch and all that, and also watching my moms as well, you know, struggling. But hey, bruh.
Moms, single moms.
Yeah, single moms. Single moms. Hey, but then it was tough, you know. And then also helping her to pay back then my sister's school fees, you know, because that time my sister was in high school and I was done. Schooling, you know, done with college, taking the market, you know, like trading the markets, you know, taking young portion just to help my moms to pay my sister's school fees, you know. Yeah, bro, it was quite tough.
So
bro.
the trading was something that you always wanted to do.
Always
from the
wanted to
onset.
do since varsity, you know. Always, bro.
And this link up, bro, I'm sure, and talk us through how important it is to have those, you know, just good people around you.
Yeah, no, definitely. The support system is vital, bro, because it ends up being a point of what information are we sharing with one another. You're basically splitting and bringing two minds into one at a certain point in terms of a conversation, right? Your friends that you surround yourself with is going to be the majority of thoughts that you basically compiled of, right? When I come with this, gent, we're talking about rich families, we're talking about lessons of the world, we're talking about frequencies, we're having the type of conversations that you can't usually have with anyone else. So same thing with you guys. I'm sure you guys have heard of like the richest families in the world, like Rothschild and stuff like that. We'll have conversations where we want to ourselves, and like you guys mentioned before, right? We have this where we also put certain things on social media, us, you know, being flashy, but this is also for ourselves, if anything else, because we ourselves are still students of life. We out there also trying to live our best life, and we want to be getting to a higher extent, right? So when we're coming together, we're having discussions of the richest people in the world. We haven't made it at all. Okay, some people might look from the outside in and be like, I want to be like those gents, I want to learn from those gents. But us ourselves, we've gotten to this certain point because you are what you attract. So the extent that we have it right now, we've developed certain characteristics, right? But we're still students. There was one tip that I learned now the other day of the Rothschild family. Have you heard of that? Rich family, they own their own bank, right? Everyone within their family has an insurance policy. When they die, the money filters back into their bank, and their children get a loan already starting off, coming out of like high school, out of college, so they get that head start. If certain families had to set up something like that, where you know you have a family finance system and the capital is constantly fluctuating within your family, and you're giving your children or something a head start for their business, that is a characteristic that financial literate people have, you know what I'm saying? And this is the type of conversations me and this gent have. But there's no way I can go to Groove or have a conversation with someone that's not even that type of mindset.
But you see,
That's
bro,
why it's
but you
vital,
see how important is that? Because likewise, bro, I think we also in that space and with the people that we surround ourselves with, where it's almost every single time it's like, yo, next move, okay, this, that. What can we do in this space? Well,
Yes.
and there's a lot of people, bro, out there that speaking about Netflix and they have so much time.
Bro, we got to the
Speaking
point where it's
about-
like, bro, did you watch this series, that series, bro? I haven't been
haven't
watching
slipped in there.
Netflix
It's
for
like-
years, bro. I can't, bro. It's
There's
like
so much
it's on
there.
that top
Yeah.
already, bro. It's like, bro, you explain, bro. I can't
There's
be
so
worried
much
about-
that you can and should be doing, like even at night before bed. Maybe even it's watching a podcast that opens your mind
Yeah.
about something. But how important is
Look, there's time when you must just breathe a bit, bro.
breathe a
Like
bit.
sometimes your mind's like also overwhelmed. I just feel like, yo, bro, I just don't want to think about anything at this point. But then for 90% of the time, bro, it's like, alright, what's the next move? How can I do this?
And
How
that's
can I
all.
bring this? Like now, while we sitting here, I'm already like chopping up snippets in my mind that for content that I'm gonna post during the week from this exact podcast, because your mind's always on that. Like, so when Jay and I when we shoot content, bro, we shoot with the edit in mind. And I know we shot the same kind of content. You shoot with the edit in mind. Okay, but at this point, we're going to switch to that. This point, I'm going to play a track, this, fast forward, this, get a drone shot of this. It's like, because your mind ends up getting to the point where it's like, yo, what's the next move? What does my week look like? What does the next week look like? As opposed to, I'm watching this new series. And for me, it's like, that's counterproductive to me. You look like you want to say something, Anthony.
No, bruh. I just want to add on that. Hey, bruh, I don't know where people get that time, to watch Netflix and all of that, bruh. Hey, bruh, where do you get that time? There's so much to accomplish, bruh. There is so much to accomplish.
Spot on. And that's why it's so vital to surround yourself with certain type of people, eh? When I'm chilling with certain type of people, our main thing is we want to watch a movie, right? This Jen, when he steps into my crib, bro, first thing that goes on is YouTube. We're researching frequencies, the stuff that you'll learn with certain type of people, bro. That's why it's very powerful to have certain type of people within your life, bro. You need to be surrounded with them. And you will see the fruits of the situation, of the relationship.
Yeah.
That's the key. Or is
Exactly.
there fruits actually bearing from this type of relationship?
And you know what's the nice thing, bro? That you actually get to a point where you actually enjoy what you're doing now. The whole frequencies, researching and all of. You get to a point because a lot of people ask me like, "Yo, bro, are you on your PC the whole time editing?" But for me, it's like, no, I'm chilling. Like I'm chilling. This is me resting. Although I'm working, I'm resting. It's easy. You get to that point, but there is that step that you gotta take from. Okay, let's put aside these things that doesn't really matter and focus on stuff that does matter. But then it does get to that point, like I mentioned. Okay, you actually start enjoying this. It's because it's fruit and food that you're eating that's nourishing within to exude greatness.
So I think you had a question just now and I cut you off. I apologize for that, bro. What was that original question that you had when we were talking about? You probably weren't gonna remember it
Yeah,
now.
bro.
When we were talking about just how important it is to have that energy or that people around you. But I think Don already mentioned that, as far as how vital it is to have certain types of people around you. But what kind of people do you personally? Throw this to Don and throw it to Anthony. Remember when we spoke about those 5 areas of your life, right? And then I said to you, broski, as much as you're doing well in these areas, you must also consider these areas and these areas and these areas. How much thought have you given that, and have you put people in your spaces to cover those areas? And maybe just give the viewers a couple of those areas if you remember any of them.
Yeah, so in terms of the book that your father drew up, right?
Yeah.
Breaks down the areas of balance within your life. I remember it was spiritual, financial, I think it was family as well in terms of
family.
relationship. Then there was education, uplifting yourself, eh? And was there 5? Or
There was 5, yeah.
There was
Do you
5,
remember
eh?
those 5 things, bro?
I know what you're speaking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
It's the finance.
Full on balance.
Yeah,
No,
the
100%.
finance, the family, okay.
You need to definitely work on those, right? There was also something vital that Jay
And the
also
spiritual
just
thing.
said. He mentioned that do you need like a relaxation period? Do you actually need to take a step back? I'm sure you guys have realized when you get passionate about something, it's not work any longer. You're just diving into it and you constantly you can actually binge on it for the next 10 hours, bro. When you wake up the next morning, you're still feeling fresh because it wasn't work. You just also need to get to that point of, filter into things that you do love. And now when we're looking at balance, bro, there are obviously going to be things that you just resonate with, right? That just take you out of that element and that you focus on. But balance, bro, you need to at least touch on those, right? Because you never know if you have something for finance or a skill for finance if you've never touched on it. Yeah, bro.
But do you put people in your
Put
space?
people on.
Like now in your that you decide. For my spiritual side of things, I want this person in my space. For my just mental health side of things, I'll let us me up, have a chat to him. My financial side of things, this is the people I'm going to spend a bunch of time with. Then for my family side of things, I go sit there by my father's house the whole afternoon and just watch TV or just talk to my father or just sit in his office chat. Or chill with my mother, take her out to do something with her. Just to kind of have that balance across the board. Do you have those things?
If I'm thinking about it cognitively, I don't really think about it in terms of, okay, I need this type of person in my life because they're satisfying finances or family, X, Y, Z. But subconsciously, I've realized that I'm already filtering it into my life. And it's the exact same thing where once you become aware of it, you do start doing things subconsciously. Have you ever written down a list of what you need to accomplish for the day or the week? and you don't go back to that list. By the end of the week, once you do go back to that list, you're like, oh, sure, I did actually meet up with Jay. I did actually have this conversation with Xavier about X, Y, Z. Subconsciously, just because you did put it into perspective already. So subconsciously, just because you did also instill that into my thought process, right, of balance. Subconsciously, I've already been, seeing where the fruits are bearing and have people that can ultimately
covering those
balance.
spaces.
Yeah, bro, you ultimately do that subconsciously as well. Yeah.
Your side, Anthony?
Well, my side, I do not have a certain type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like for spiritual and finance and all that. I have a few friends, bruv. I have a few friends. For me, how can I say? Like, I wouldn't put it in the way of I'm gonna chill with X, Y, Z for this and that and that. I just filter it out there and
And as
Yeah,
it comes,
as
it
it
comes.
as it comes. But then also I am aware, of
That you need to grow in these areas.
I need to grow in these elements. So I am aware with the certain people I do hang out with, but I do not have a group of okay, cool, X, Y, Z.
It's for that.
For that, yeah.
2024 is obviously approaching. What's the game plan for? I'm sure you'll already have thought about that. It's gonna be a big
Magical year.
2024 ahead.
Yeah.
But we in November, and I think the key is already now to start planning for that. A lot of people are planning festive, which is good. I mean, it's been a hectic year, but in the back of your mind, I'm sure you should say like, yo, there's gonna be sometime in December where I need to plan for a big 2024 ahead. But for someone watching, bro, that is probably at a point in their life of, man, I'm in the pits. Like nothing is going on now. I just need that bit of motivation to get out of this. I hear what you're saying, gents, but the truth be told, I don't even know so-and-so. You're speaking about networking and all of that. What's that step or that leap that person needs to take?
I would definitely say now, when people are experiencing a tough time, let me also just give, some, aspect that everyone is feeling this tightening of policy and tightening of funds. Because that's exactly what is happening. There is lack of capital, interest rates at its highest, meaning lack of liquidity being filtered into loans. All of this filters into economics. There is lack of capital, right? But to come out of a situation like this, especially mentally, I would say go back to the drawing board and become a student of life once again. This period right now, when a problem arises, it's going to break you, but whenever there's dust, sand, ash, something will blossom from it. You're going to come out stronger, 10 times stronger. You're going to come out with the knowledge of, okay, now I understand how powerful budgeting or how powerful going hard or grinding is. You will come out better from the situation, but back to the drawing board and ignite. Something needs to ignite. That is definitely what I would say, bro. And you guys, what would you say to someone that is struggling right now, right? What would you tell them?
Me personally, bro, I would go back to those five elements, and I would isolate
Balance.
which area area it is that you do feel like you're struggling, because sometimes a lot of times, me being a spiritual person, I like to say that the devil does that with, that whole element where there's a white sheet with a black dot, right? And then now you're focusing on that black dot, and if I ask you what do you see, you're like, yo, bro, there's this black dot. Like, bro, there's like 99.9% of this big board in front of you is white, but you're seeing this black dot. And so the question would be, what is that black dot? Is that black dot finance? Is that black dot mental health? Is that black dot relationship issue? What is that black dot that is the thing that's throwing you off? And let's then zoom in on that dot, because then say, okay, 99% of the page is white. So which means I have a dope relationship with my parents. I have a decent mental health game. I got my health on point. I'm healthy. I can wake up. I can jog. I can breathe. I'm not sitting with a ventilator here. I can. So okay, there's a bunch of things that are working. So I would say number one would be to shift that mentality of how you approach the issue. There's a bunch of things that are working here. I'm okay. I'm healthy. I got this going for me, that going for me. But here, I'm in debt with X amount. Okay, so now, how do I get out of debt with this amount? Because this is the black dot that I need to clean out. Or whatever color the dot is, the point is there's a dot. This is the dot that I need to clean out. How do I focus on that? And then begin to look into spaces. So as a spiritual person, I obviously turn to God first. And like, yo, Lord, can you put me into spaces with the kind of people that needs to be in my space? Also give me the wisdom and understanding how to utilize these spaces, how to work my way through it. And then give me the advantage of how to generate an income from this thing that I'm doing and show me how to get it done. That will be my go-to thing to do, to answer your original question. That will be my go-to thing. And then, again, surround yourself with the right people. Like I was telling Jay before you guys were here, is that people were keep commenting now for the past 3 or 4 guests that we've been having to say that, yo, it's dope to see young brown gents out here doing the things that they're doing, because it kind of gives that hope to say that, this is dope. Like, we can do this. In SA, where all the news is so negative, we got some gents that are out here hustling, doing the things, driving the cars, earning the funds. We actually out here doing it. Things are actually coming together for us. And so to me, that's again, who do you have in your space? Who do you have around you? Who do you choose to spend time with? Because those people are also going to speak into those elements.
Yes.
Do you want to say something there, bro?
Spot on. I love also the podcast. We always come together and we uplift each other. There was also one thing I wanted to ask, right? Especially from your side, you coming in, especially church related and stuff like that. Sometimes science can also seem a little bit controversial. I wanted to also ask you about, say, there's a gen that none of us have really been, taught about, and this is actually a conversation that me and Anthony were having. That's why I want to bring it up. Nicholas Tesla, I'm sure you guys have heard about him recently, right?
Even back in the day, I knew about him.
Yeah, so his things about exactly how things work, and there's a lot of inventions that are actually contributed to his knowledge, but he has never been given credit for, right? But he was mentioning, if you focus on educating yourself in terms of frequency, energy, and vibrations, you'll start to understand exactly how things start to work, right? And then I came across a recent thing that they've been working on in terms of gene splicing and stuff like that. Like, things are going crazy in terms of technology, bro. Technology is literally becoming the forefront of everything we're doing, right? But this is what I also want to pose to you. They're doing gene therapy, right? When they go into these genes, they're starting to realize that it's like it comes from string theory. When you pull on a string, there's another string behind it. When you pull on a string, there's another string behind it. Going deeper into this thing, they're finding out all these vibrations ultimately make up a certain, nucleus or cell, right? What is your take in terms of coming from that? What do you think about that type of science? Have you guys also looked into certain things like that?
So to me, bro, my take on science, it will always reinforce the God's creation. It's always going to show you back. So there'll always be a spiritual element to it. Because why? I was listening to something the other day, and it was a guy that used to be involved in witchcraft and all that kind of thing, right? And he said that there was this one particular pastor that was like praying over this area, because that area had poverty and like just a bunch of nonsense going on, like murders and crimes and this. And he said that the reason all that nonsense was going on in that area is because a couple of like witches and whatever came there and they prayed. Like, you see, when it comes to Halloween and all this, bro, there's like a lot of demonic activity and stuff going on there. And they prayed over this area. And that's why that area, that's why you'll find they'll be like in a certain area, like what's going on in Westbury or what's going on some of the, it's just like there's this cloud of poverty and murder and all this crap that's going on just in that space. The second you leave that area, it's gone.
Good energy.
So it's like that, that's going on there. But outside of the fact that it's like science would call it the energy, but we would call it there's a spiritual aspect going on in that space. And so he was saying that there was this one pastor that came to that space, and he came there with like a bunch of like prayer warriors, like women that were praying and like this and that. And he said that when they came with that and they were praying in that area, that demonic activity in that area had to leave that space. And when that demonic activity left the space, all of a sudden people started getting jobs in there. The murder rate stopped, it dropped. People started things started like the sun was shining in that area again. Like things started happening in that space again. And so he said, then they found out that this pastor was so like he heard God clearly, he moved when God told him to move, he prayed when God told him to pray. Things like happened when he prayed. Then as the witches came together to say that how are we gonna like disrupt this momentum that is God going. Bro, you know what they said? They came and they were doing some demonic ritual to find out that if they go 10 generations back, because these demons, what they can do is, bro, they can see like your previous generations and stuff. So if they go 10 generations back, they could see that this guy's great-great-grandfather had a weakness in this. Then his great-grandfather had it. Then his great-grandfather. Then his grandfather had it. And they might have to jump onto that weakness and see if they can make him buckle. And then that's what they did, bro. And then they managed to get him in his weakness, and then he collapsed. So when it comes on to what you're saying about the strings and this, the Bible says, for you are written in your whole thing is written in the DNA. So when science discovers these things, I always say it's like, wow, the Bible has been saying this all the time, bro. It's like scientists are now only figuring out, oh, bro, check. This thing has your whole DNA in this gene, in this thing. And I'm like, yeah, bro, that's what the Bible tells us from the beginning anyways.
And on that, I'm busy reading a book now called The Alchemist, bro, which a lot of people rave about and put on a pedestal. And as I'm reading it, bro, it speaks about, science and omens and all these things. And I'm reading it and I'm thinking to myself, it's a cool book.
But it's saying the same
but
thing.
It's like, you speaking about the universe, but I serve a God that owns the universe. And that's what I tell a lot of people, like, yo, bro, chill with the whole universe and things. I got something greater that puts his freaking pinky toe on this galaxy that we worship and so forth on. So again, it goes to that, bro. When you have the Holy Spirit in you, bro, you read these things and watch these things.
You
and it's like,
this isn't what the Bible's been saying.
The Bible's been saying way better things than this.
Even The Secret, bro. When people were telling me about The Secret and I looked into it, I'm like, bro, this is what faith, this is what the Bible speaks about faith. That when you believe something and you go for something and you put your mind to something, then it ends up manifesting.
Yeah.
Power.
So it's technically faith, bro. So
It's
these
the
things,
exact same thing, different word, bro.
yeah, but the thing is, they wanna remove Christ from the conversation. So now they're saying it's science and it's this and it's that. And as a believer in Christ and as someone who understands the Bible, I'm like, brothers, the Bible says this. Anyways, it's just you're trying to remove the element of Christ from it, and that's where my problem lies. Where I'm saying it's right, it's true what it's saying, but then bring in Jesus into it and bring in Christ into it, because this is what the Bible also has been saying all this time, that you can see who we are from our genes. So those things are real, bro.
Actually, they getting this stuff from scripture, and
these things are real.
Definitely.
What are you gonna say, bro? It looks like you wanted to say something there.
If anything, bro, when you start going deeper into it, scientists are literally confirming the Bible, right? They said it themselves multiple times, but it's not really the key word or the key phrase that people are putting out there, obviously, right? And you'll also find there was this one thing I saw on YouTube, right? They were giving some breakdown. I was chilling Sunday lunch with the fam, and then we're watching some scripture on YouTube. Then it came out saying that within the Bible it states, if you have anything wrong or any illness or anything like that, you'll find it within your blood. And what exactly do we do in order to find out anything that's wrong with us? We go for a blood test, and then we'll find out, okay, X, Y, Z is wrong. And that's exactly spot on. If you maybe struggling with maybe acne, or if you're struggling with X, Y, Z, you'll maybe find that it's a hormonal problem. Because I know if your hormones are imbalanced, you'll have a lot of acne that's popping out. Those are things that you'll all find within your blood. If you have
And the
an issue
Bible
with
says that.
And the Bible says
Even
it,
the
you know
Bible
what I'm
says
saying?
death and life is in the power of the tongue. I
Bro.
therefore urge you to speak life. And then it's like, bro, must be careful what you say
you
because
say,
you're manifesting those things. It's like, no, brother, Bible says it. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Speak life over yourself. Even when you pray and stuff, speak life over yourself. Now scientists come with this book, The Secret or whatever. Like, yeah, you must manifest life on yourself. It's like, yeah, brother, the Bible said that like years ago, bro.
So like, oh, that came from the Bible.
Exactly,
you know?
bro. Exactly. So Jen's time has caught up to us now. So closing remarks, we'll start at Dawn and then come across this way and then I'll close it off.
Yeah, one thing I can definitely say, bro. I know the podcast wasn't even really about in terms of, church aspects, but throughout just being a scholar of life, bro, and just researching and going through all of this, it's literally confirming everything that we've learned through the Bible, bro. And that's one thing I can definitely put up. But what you also mentioned there, they don't really give full credit. I can fully see where that actually comes from. But me and Anthony, whenever we dive deeper into things, we're like, bro, it literally says this within the Bible. It literally talks about X, Y,
You'll really
Z.
say that to just saying that now.
Yes, that will
Stop playing games, bro. Me and Anthony, we literally like, bro. But they say that in the Bible. I'll be watching something in terms of, like I was mentioning also with Nicholas Tesla frequencies and X, Y, Z, right? And then they're chatting about, ancient things or scriptures and stuff like that, but how they're using it in current time. He's listening to what I'm watching, bro. I'm thinking he's doing his own thing, Be like, bro, didn't they just say that isn't that also written in the Bible? Be like, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, do you know a lot of these world-class movies and stuff that we also rave about, bro?
Yeah.
If you
Like
really,
biblical
yeah,
stories.
if you really look in depth, and you'll be like, nah, that's based on that scripture. You can see
Yeah.
what the director was going for there.
Facts. Anthony, closing remarks on you. Bro, we didn't even get into trading and all those elements, but it's fine. We'll have to do another show.
Now we'll do another show. My side, bruv, I'll just say to the peeps, we are in a recession, right? Not to change topic, we are in a recession. And yeah, guys, only thing you want to do is right now is hop on the trend. AIs, whatever, hop on the trend and step out your bubble, Go for it. Full send it.
Full send.
Full send.
Full
send
send. Do
it,
you
bruv.
want to
Full
just
send it.
run through some of the comments there?
Yeah, nah, definitely, bro.
Then we can close off.
Definitely. Actually, thank you so much to everyone that Romanique, Torian, I don't know who's Real Talk, but Real Talk's been real talking. Thank you so much to everyone once again for hopping on. Thank you, gents. I think for me, closing is I would echo what Don is saying. Just want to receive more. Take in, read, do whatever it takes to get to what you want to achieve. Leave the stuff that doesn't matter, that holds no weight. Put those things aside. Read more. Try and figure out how you can become better at time management, which is important because a lot of us waste time.
Tell that to Don and Anthony that came late.
No, not even. No. Whoa, bro. That was literally.
Shots fired.
No, that was literally. There was no undercover.
He was bringing this one from around the corner, and he loves this.
No. But nah, genuinely, yo. I come in love and peace. Please. No beef, bro. No beef at all. That's it for me, bro. Read and work on time management.
Facts. So read with understanding also, as the Bible also speaks about reading what the Spirit inside of you, because the Spirit will give you also direction and guidance, and the Spirit will also give you something called discernment, bro. So when you taking things, you feel this doesn't feel right, or this looks a bit sketchy, this looks a bit dodgy, this looks a bit this, and the Holy Spirit will actually guide you. You'll know, let me stay away from this. And that helps you in like decision making, business decisions, people you're sitting with, conversations you're having, you're about to sign $1 million deal with someone, and then the Holy Spirit tells you, walk away from this, or leave this, leave that. Yeah, but God, it's a lot of money. Walk away. Later on, you find out the whole thing was a scam, or this happened, that happened, and you're like, it's good I stayed out of it because it could have crippled me for the rest of my life.
So that thing will also work on the chart,
It worked. I don't know about the chart, but the Holy Spirit guides you, bro. He definitely guides you, and you feel it and sense it. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today's show. See you tonight at 7. We got DJ Extreme from YFM. He's actually on air right now. He said he's going to let me know if he's going to chat about us on air. And he's going to be here tonight at 7. So please do
7
pull
p.m.
through.
Yeah.
7 p.m. right here in the Insights studio. See you guys there. Love you. Goodbye. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just puts your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.